All right, so today I'm going to teach you how to approach these problems, okay? The problems on skill add and subtract rational numbers on Excel, okay? All right, so for this, you need to know a couple of things, okay? Number one, you need to be able to convert fractions to decimals. Because there's a lot of ways you can do these problems, but my preferred way is to convert decimals because I don't like to work with fractions. Fractions get tricky when you add them or subtract them. So I just want to convert decimals, and then you can add decimals the way you were taught in the past. Number two, you need to know that adding different signs results in subtraction. Okay, it's a little bit of a shortcut from what we learned in the past, right? So for example, if we had something like this, I'm going to show you real quick. Example, if you have, for example, 1 positive 1 plus a negative 3, okay? In there you need to subtract 1 and 3, right? So you're going to be doing this. You're doing 3 minus 1 is 2, but you're going to keep the sign of the biggest absolute value, okay? So it's going to be equal to negative 2, okay? But you have to subtract at the end, okay? Number 3, adding same signs, okay? That will be resulting in addition. That's another shortcut that from what we learned in the past. For example, if we have, for example, negative 2 plus a negative 5, okay? They're both negative. So you will end up adding the 5 and the 2, which is 7, but you're going to keep the sign that you're concerning, okay? In this case, it's negative. So this is negative 7, okay? There we go. All right, good. Also, pretty much you should know that multiplying two negatives will get you a positive. Multiplying different signs will get you a negative, okay? You should know that. Now, I'm gonna give you please pause this video and copy these notes on a piece of paper. So please go ahead and just get a piece of paper from the front and please copy these notes. All right, thank you. I'm gonna go ahead and erase everything and we can start doing this, okay? All right, so I'm gonna take a look at the first problem on the right. I'm gonna probably do this. I'm gonna just revert everything. There we go. Here we go. All right. Okay, so the first one over here on my left says add 3 tenths plus negative 9 tenths, okay? They're both fractions, so I'm gonna convert both those fractions to decimal, okay? So here we go. So we got 3 tenths plus a negative 9 tenths. They're both fractions, I don't like that. So how do you convert from fraction to decimal? We have to do what?
Multiply.
No, we have to
Divide.
divide. Thank you. So the first one here, I divide 3 by 10, okay? How many times does 10 put in 3? 0 times, okay? And I multiply 10 times 0, and again, 0, subtracting, okay? And 3. And just following the process of dividing, multiplying, subtracting, and dropping down. But since we can't drop any number down, we have to add the 0 here, okay? And then we can add. Good. Now, again, division. How many times does the 10 fit in 30?
3.
3 times. Boom. And then 10 times 3 equals 30, okay? And then subtracting here. And then we get 0. Boom. Okay, we're done. That's the first number. So 3 tenths is just equal to 0.3. Plus or minus negative what? We don't know. Let me just figure this out. Now let's figure this out. Let's convert 9 tenths to decimal. Okay, so start again. First step. And by the way, these steps are on the whiteboard. If you want to follow them, they're there in blue. Division. How many times does the 9 fit in? Sorry, how many times does the 10 fit in 9?
0.
0 times. Boom. What's 10 times 0?
0.
0. Okay. Subtracting, we get 9 again. Good. Dropping down. What can we drop here? Can we drop a number? So what do we add here?
0.
Add 0. Don't forget about the point. Very important. Okay. 0. Good. Now we go back again to dividing. How many times does 10 fit in 90?
9.
9 times. What is 9 times 10?
90.
90. Good job. And then subtracting, we get
0.
0. We're done. Okay? That's going to be our conversion. All right. So here we go. 0.9. All right? So here we go. So now, we're here now. So let's go back to the notes, saying that we are adding a positive 0.3 and a negative 0.9. So we have to do what? According to our notes, subtract. Okay? So let's, subtract, we keep the sign of this big number. Okay? This big absolute value. So again, we're subtracting the numbers the way you want, and at the end, we keep the sign of the biggest absolute value, which is 0.9. Let's go ahead and subtract. Let me pick a different color real quick. Here we go. Thank you. All right, so we got 0.9, any order we want. I want this order, minus 0.3. And I subtract, and I get 9 minus 3 is 6.0, okay? That's the answer. However, we have to keep the sign of this big absolute value. So the answer is negative 0.6, okay? That's the process, dividing and then adding the proper number. So I'm gonna just go ahead and enter the answer. Negative, oops, that's not a number. How do you put a negative here? Do you know how to put a negative? Oh, there we go, negative 0.6. Okay, that's the answer, confirming, submitting, correct. Okay, good, nice. Let's do one more, shall we? Okay, so I'm gonna erase all this. You can pause it anytime if you wanna copy this this work. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and revert everything. Yeah, and edit again. Good. So now we're dealing with this. We're dealing with negative 7 and 2/5 plus 2. Okay, let's do that. Okay, negative 7 and 2/5 plus 2. The good news is that 2 is already a decimal, so that's good. We don't have to do anything. The 7, decimal already, but the 2/5 isn't a decimal, so let's just convert that. Okay, so we're converting that number into a decimal. Okay, so let's divide 2 by 5 in that order. Okay, question. How many times can you fit 5 into 2?
0.
0 times. Good. What's 5 times 0?
0.
0. Boom. Subtracting, we get
2.
2. Good job. We can drop a number, so what do we add here?
A 0.
A 0. Good job. Now, asking, how many times can we fit the 5 into 20?
4.
4 times. Point, don't forget about the point. 4. What's 4 times 5?
20.
20. Subtracting, we get
0.
0. We're done. Okay? Now, we got a negative 7 and 0.4. 7 and 0.4. This part over here equal to 0.4. So how do we put it together? Simply by just doing negative 7.4. I just added the negative 7 and the negative 0.4. Okay? And I got this decimal. This top mixed fraction equals negative 0.4. Okay? Plus 2. Good. So how do we handle that? According to our notes, if we have different signs, plus and minus, we have to subtract them. Okay? And then keep the sign of the biggest absolute value, which is this way here. You have a negative answer because of that one is bigger in absolute value. Okay? So let's subtract. I'm going to do 7.4 minus 2. And the 2 goes there because we have a 2 1 subtracting from 10.4. Okay? So we're going to do that. And we do 4 minus 0. It is just
4.
4.5.
5.
7 minus 2 is 5. Okay, that's the answer. But since we have a negative that is bigger than absolute value, the answer will be negative 5.4. Okay, that's the answer. Let's put it in the box. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and negative 5.4. Okay, good job. All right, so here we go. Now I'm not gonna do this because it's both decimals. It's easy. The only thing you gotta take care of is the middle. You have two negative signs. They convert to what sign?
A negative.
Yeah, two negatives. Negative times a negative equals a
Positive.
positive. So I'm not gonna do this, but you know that if you see two negatives put together, they convert to a positive. Okay. All right. Please continue. Use the notes that I just provided, and then finish this skill. You should get 100%. Well, you should get 90 for you to get a full credit. Yeah, this will serve as your extension assignment for this. For this, I'm gonna say grade report. Okay. All right. Thank you so much, and have a good one. If you have a question, let me know.